Okay, so you want to make some jelly worms. Well, first of all, you're going to need some straws. I got this pack of straws. You can get thicker straws than this, but these are the thin ones because that's all I could find. I've got some jelly, different flavours available. I've got strawberry because that's what I like, and I've also got a pack of gelatin. Okay, let's crack on with this and see what we do. Okay, so we're going to start with the jelly. I'm going to open up the jelly packet and I'm going to chop it up and chuck it into that Pyrex dish, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so there's the jelly cut up in the Pyrex bowl. Now the next bit requires some hot water. If there's children, please be supervised by adults, because the water we're using is out of a kettle, so it's quite hot, just off boiling. And then we're going to stir those until they're dissolved. Smells nice.
I like jelly. I think that's about done.
Okay, so for the next step, in the jug is 100 mils of hot water, warm water, and we're going to add the, if you can see that, the gelatin in. So that's the next part of this recipe. Okay, in goes the gelatin, and it's got to be stirred till it's actually dissolved this, so make sure there's none of it left in there. Keep stirring till it's all dissolved into the and turned into the liquid. Okay, so we've got the gelatin mixed in, so now we're going to add the gelatin to the jelly mix we've already got. So when it goes, we've then got to bring that up to the 1 pint level, which we're not actually very far off, if you can see that on the Pyrex dish. So now we're putting some cool water in, and we're just going to bring it up to the pint, which is just about there. Okay, quick stir. And on to the next step. Okay, so you've got your straws while you're waiting for your liquid to cool down. Now these are flexible straws, so what you need to do, grab hold of each end of the straw and pull, and it'll open up the flexible part of the straw. So when you fill these up with jelly, that gives the effect like a worm has that part on it. It'll look more realistic. Then you need to, I've got a jar here with them all already in. Place them in the jar with a flexible end at the bottom. So when you actually fill them up with the jelly mix, that will be part of the finished worm when we take them out. What I've done on here is they're just all placed in a jar, and there's an elastic band around the top to hold them in place. Remember, when you fill in these, try not to fill them all the way to the top. If you do, you do. But getting out the worms could be a problem. Your widgy squidgy worms. I don't know if there's an easy way of doing this. Tell you what, it smells nice though. It does smell nice. Can't really film it, guys, but there you go. You get the idea. So keep filling them up till you're nearly at the top. But if you can, try not to fill them to the top. Okay, so this has been in the fridge 24 hours. Now when we started this, I wanted to, oh, you have to excuse my hands, I've got ink on them and I can't get it off. I wanted to have a layer up to there of the jelly, but I didn't leave it long enough, so when we filled the straws up, it filled up to the top of the jar. If you want it to fill the straws up to the top, if you fill it up to there first, put it in the fridge for half an hour to an hour, if your other jelly don't go off in that time, and then fill it up. So that's where we're up to. So our worms, excuse my ink fingers, will be up to there. So we'll have some small worms up to there. Okay, I've got my gorgeous assistant here who is going to get these worms out for me because I'm not touching them with ink on my hands. Okay, we've had a bit of a disaster here, but here we go. We're going to try and get this worm out of the straw. It's coming out, Oh, it's alive. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. There you go, look, a worm. So that's pretty much it. There's always getting them out, but obviously this was our first attempt, but yeah, there you go, it's a jelly worm. Okay, so here they are, look, here they are, the wiggly worms. Jelly worms for your Halloween treats. A plate full of them there. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have fun making them. You can always chuck a bit of the old fake blood over the top of them that I made if you want to make them look like intestines or something. Happy Halloween. Bye for now, everyone.